you hear me now? Oh, there we go. Thank you, Beacon, for resetting everything, you stupid, craptastic software platform that you changed everything when you changed your thing. And I don't want to hear myself. 0, mic monitor. Thank you. Can you still hear me? -100. Hello, hello, hello? Thank you. Stupid Beacon, son of a monkey. I updated the Beacon software and it totally janked the mic. And for a minute there, I thought I lost all my settings, but now my levels are all messed up too. And how sexy I sound. It's all messed up. And so if it sounds bad, just let me know. I don't know. I lost everything, honestly. So see this stuff? It's just like confusing. I don't care. Just let me do my thing. Anyways, welcome in everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy channel, and I am on Parambaris, my own version of Parambaris, because I can't leave anything well enough alone. And well, I mean, you know, well enough is a kind of the fuck. I just cut this. It's already ready. Well enough is a kind of a loose term in the terms of this game, because I can't seem to find a map that I can leave alone, much less it's well enough. Like, that just term doesn't exist. I just have high standards or something. I don't know. Anyways, welcome in. I see David, Ronnie, Towboat. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. And I did see Farmer Brian at the beginning. Farmer Brian, you get 10 points for being the first person in here, and Ronnie gets a huge thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ronnie, for jumping in and doing the super dono chat thingy me bobber. I don't know what it's called. Is it called? Is it called the fart button? I'm not sure. Anyways, so what do we got here? So we're gonna do sugarcane today. And we got this sugarcane. We got this sugarcane. Sugarcane's ready. I actually messed up the sugarcane. It was funny. I was like testing it, right? And I slept and went to the next day, and I woke up and the whole entire crop was gone. I was like, oh no! And then it auto-saved right after it happened. I'm like, no! Because then I had to revert the save and stuff. But what happened? So I just messed up the sugarcane's growth cycle. Or actually, someone else had messed it up. I had to fix it. This is the field that we were looking at last time that was just covered in lime. And I decided to extend it. So we planted sorghum, and as you can see, it's growing. And I extended the sorghum field all the way up here, kind of around the house, right? So if we look at our map, we kind of have two fields, then we have this little teeny grass patch here that I'm not really sure what to do with, but we already have these other two grass fields, so I didn't really need another grass field. And I figured a bigger crop field is more fun. So this is going to be sorghum, which is currently in the processing of growing. And then this is sugarcane, which is growing. And these two fields, which are grass, are now, because we're on like fast growth, they're ready to mow again. It's like every other month you get to mow, which is great. And then we got, this color is close, but it's not great. I can't decide whether I want to leave this color trailer the color it is or try to find a better color. Like, I can't, it's got a lot of color selection. I need a different yellow. I need a saffron yellow, maybe. I'm trying to get a color that matches this color. Nope, that's not the right color neither. Or let's try yellow 11. I only tried 2. That one looks close. Customize. Yes. That's the best one yet. I'm gonna stick with that one. That one's pretty dang close. Anyways, so we're gonna harvest sugarcane today. And to do that, we're going to use a forage harvester. Now, we are doing this whole, like, 80s playthrough. This New Holland S2200, I want to say SS2200. This New Holland S2200 is a forage harvester, which was definitely... Why is this thing being janky? There we go. Which was made in the 80s. And I just figured I took the corn header that came with it and I just updated it for sugarcane. It's a pretty easy fix. Nothing too major. But it does give me the ability to harvest sugarcane on this kind of 80s playthrough. And in my mind, farmers back in the day, less than now, they just kind of made do with what they had, right? And they didn't, like, you know, just go out and buy the fancy new equipment whenever they needed to. They just kind of did what they could with what they had. So I did what I could with what I had, which is a forage harvester that happened to be made in the 80s, and a corn head, and which looks kind of like the sugarcane head, and take it or leave it. I don't care what you say. I'm doing what I want. Yeah, the Heston Field Queen's pretty cool. I like that one. Outlaw. I like that one too. This one is a little low on the horsepower. As you can see, it's not making it up this hill. It's a little low on the... I think it's because I'm towing this trailer. We might have to go around the field the other direction because I can't make it up that hill. That's fine. And I actually had demoed, I would have a test save, and I demoed like 6 different sugarcane trailers, just trying to find one that didn't look stupid with this forage harvester, and one that actually discharged. A lot of these sugarcane trailers, you need to use your mouse or like the weird extra special F1 menu, holding down Control and Alt, doing a little dance. And to get the thing to discharge, which kind of stinks, honestly. And I didn't like that. So I decided to ignore it. And so we're just going to dump this. So we're not using it even in like a Unreal trailer. We probably should. But maybe we'll get a semi and use an Unreal trailer on the semi. That sounds like a good plan to me. Which means we'd have to buy a semi. Which means we'd have to decide on which semi to buy with the not money that we have. We don't have any money right now. We could sell some wood, I think. We have plenty of wood to sell. So we might have to pause our sugarcane harvest to go buy a trailer. Because this thing holds 24,000 liters, and the trailer we have is... Time to tune the music down. The trailer we have is only like 8,000 liters, so it doesn't really help. And I would kind of like to get a big rig-ish trailer. I don't remember whether I actually downloaded one that'll work. I really don't know. Oh, we're done. So the only downside with doing the forage harvester with sugarcane is that you could just keep going and going, and if your thing is full, it'll like just stop you. And then one other thing I had to do is, because the hitch on this thing is pretty high, and these trailers expect a really low hitch, I had to get like a hitch extender thing, which is part of another trailer pack. But I'm using it for this one because, well, I can. And it actually works pretty good because it lowers it down just enough so it doesn't like tilt, I guess you could say. This thing doesn't go very fast, does it? So the cool thing about this trailer is if I go over and I select the trailer, I don't know if you can see in the top right. If I go over and I select the trailer, right? And then I just hit like the pipe out button. Not the dump button, but the pipe out button. It just does all this stuff like hands-free. It just dumps. If it can. Which is pretty cool, right? And then it just does the whole folding thing and goes back. Once I hit pipe in. So I don't have to do anything, like I don't have to handle those animations. It's pretty cool. Hey Brady, welcome in. Thanks for being here. So that's what we're doing right now. So we've got some sugarcane. Now let's look at the store real quick. See if I can figure out a truck to buy, number 1. I was thinking this one might be work good, but it only does 28,000 liters. It is a Ford F600. I kind of wanted to use this. Where is it? This is the one we have, is the flatbed we're using. This Ford AR frame truck I kind of wanted to use, but I want to use the I want to use it as like a big rig. Yes. I don't know. I like this truck. I don't know. I really do. Just in bright yellow. It's totally like that. Like what I think of as a Brazilian yellow. It'll go up pretty high in horsepower for not much money. We only have 36,000, so we're already getting pretty close. And we can do this. The long axle. And then we can get an AR frame bed that has the long axle. So let's look at the AR frame beds real quick, because I think I have them on here. So if I don't, then that would make kind of having an AR truck not really worth it. And I don't. Sweet. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. I didn't plan ahead. Sorry. Could use this. Oh, gosh. This thing, which looks really funny, is more expensive. But I have like an AR frame truck with no AR frame beds? What is my oh, yes, I do. Never mind. Scratch that. I was just being dumb. I didn't look and see. We have this, which does take sugarcane. And is 32,000 liters, and it only works in the long bed. So and I don't think, I thought this was my version of this pack, which I thought had been updated to have like crazy capacities. But if we do this, design color, no, oh my god, that was too much. Decals, design Mac and Volvo. No. No. Mac and Volvo's fine. 32,000 liters is a lot, I guess. Let's buy the... If I buy this, then I don't have money for the truck. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna have to sell something. Otherwise, I have to drive around with this thing. And this is slow. So we're going to have to sell some wood. Sorry. I'm going to have to sell wood. I'm sorry, folks. We could just set this thing to selling. That would be useful. Alright, we're going to have to go for a ride in the tippity flatbed. I painted in water in the water holes just because that makes sense to me. we're gonna go on our little special road and drive over to the sawmill area to sell our wood. But how is everyone doing? Is the function part of the dump cart? Yes. So that is the, I can look at it in a second. It's the tax something 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 by your mother knows. It is. Sorry. Go down here. It is this trailer if you're looking for it. It's a Lizard Tac 10500 by Servertex and Tick Modding. And it has the that special like dump thing. The easy dump as part of it. And now all of the rest of the sugarcane trailers, don't get me wrong, they all work. But they require like a whole ton of mouse movement, which is annoying for me, or controller movement, and like they require you to lift it up and tilt it over and then go back. Like it's a lot of like manual movement, and I just want to kind of dump. I don't want to have to do extra stuff. So when we figure out which trailer to get, we're gonna get that truck and we're gonna soup it up. Then we have to get a bed for the truck, and then we have to make sure that there's still a towing hitch on the back. That's key, because we're gonna road train it. I mean, we're in Brazil and they like their road trains. So we're gonna road train over to the sugarcane factory and get like 2 or 3 road train trailers. The Randon road train trailers, and use those to transport over to the sugarcane factory, which we still have to buy. Luke, welcome in. Thanks for being here. How's it going, Luke? I'm doing pretty good. Had a very long day today. Lots and lots of meetings, like just back to back to back to back to back. But now I get to hang out with you fine folks. I had so many meetings that I missed Bruce today. Bruce was streaming Satisfactory. That's my fault. And I should have been there to support him, but I wasn't. I don't even know if there's a good sell price right now, but I'm going to sell anyways. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, this has actually finally been released on ModHub. This mod over here, by the way... Here we go. Hey, Bruce, welcome in. We come over here. I have to do it slow. I have to drive around this corner slowly because this is a very tippy load. We come over here, and this mod right here, which is mine, this one right here, which is the industrial sawmill, and it's a sell point for all the wood that it produces. And there's 2 versions. So if we look at it real quick, if you guys don't know about this, how dare you? Get out of my stream. Just kidding. There's 2 versions. There's this version, which is like the kind of rusty but trusty version, and then there's this version, which is kind of the green and orange is the newer version. It looks nicer. And these are both productions. And there's also a selling point of both. So there's the rusty one, and then there's the regular one. These are selling points. And basically the selling point takes everything you can produce with the production, but the thing that's not in the documentation anywhere, because I'm sneaky like that, is that it actually gives you a really, really good price. So for like wood beams and planks and stuff like that, the stuff that the other production sells, it's like a 1.25%, like 125% of the other value. And for wood, it's like 175%, like regular wood to sell wood there. Really good prices, and 150% for wood chips. So it's a really good sell point for your farm, and it's cheap. It's like, what is it? I don't even remember. Is it like $5 grand? Maybe I should talk to the modder and see how much it costs. Yeah, it's like $5 grand to put down the selling point. It's a no-brainer. Put a little sell point on your farm, put it down, or like go out into the forest, decide where you want to have a clearing, put a sell point down at the edge of the clearing, and just drag the trees straight to the sell point. Don't bother cutting them up. Don't bother cutting off the branches. Just sell them straight. and you make some bank really quickly. And that's actually out for all platforms. So that's my second all-platform release on Farming Sim 22. I'm sorry it took me so long. For next time, for FS25, we'll have plenty more, including this one. I'll make sure to get it over for FS25 as soon as I can. But definitely check that out especially if you're on console. It's a great little sell point, a great little on your own farm sell point that takes up a little bit less space than the Giants one. The Giants one's gigantic. You know what I mean? That little Giants production farm sawmill thing with the LT15. It's just so big. It's like, do you understand how people use this in real life? Anyways, welcome in, everybody. So you know what I haven't heard a lot of discussion about? And I haven't, granted, I've been playing a lot of Satisfactory lately, so I haven't been listening to the discussion. But I've seen a bunch of people do like their map preview, the Japan map, or the Asian map, but no one's really talked about it. Am I the only one who's looking forward to that map? Like, I feel like I am. I feel like I'm the only one who actually wants to play that map. Like, I don't even want to play the US map. It's just, yeah, I don't really feel like it. I want to play the Japan map. Totally. Also, one thing about the Japan map that I don't think anyone else has commented on is, does anyone else notice that it kind of looks like, we haven't seen the PDA yet, right? We haven't seen any images of the PDA, but we've seen lots of screenshots. And we've seen lots of screenshots of like big areas of the map, right? Large amount of area, large amount of stuff. And I think one more load and we should have enough money to buy our trailer. And we've seen a couple of like different areas. We've seen two city areas. We've seen like a Japanese like temple kind of area. We've seen a big hillside, like a Japanese kind of very, very tight road hillside area. We've seen a port area. But no one, am I the only one who doesn't think that they could fit all of that into a regular sized map? You know what I mean? Like, the stuff we've seen so far would take up an entire map of space. But then there's also fields. And they haven't really shown the fields at all, or the forestry. And that map is supposed to have both fields and forestry. So is the Asian map going to be a 4X map? They haven't confirmed yes or no, as far as I know. If you guys know better than me, please let me know. But is it going to be a 4X map? It looks like it. I feel like it might be, because there's just so much city and like between the city and the port and the hillside, you know, temple area. There's not much space left on the map for farmland. And we did see some of the farmland, but there really isn't that much space left. So I think it might be 4X. And somebody else mentioned, oh, by the way, I saw this. So go back and watch the video. And I don't know if this is a hint or if this is somebody else reading into it. I forget who it was. I saw this on YouTube, so I can't claim it was my idea. But they show a couple scenes with that little 3-wheel trike truck thing, right? And they show one scene with that 3-wheel trike truck thing where it's driving up to the rice paddy field when the rice planter is in the field, and is driving up to the field with a pallet on the back in the bed of the little fancy truck, right? And then the very next clip, it shows the little fancy truck sitting there with the pallet on the ground behind it, but there's no forklift in evidence. No forklift, no telehandler, no means of getting that pallet off of the trailer. And they've shown us picking those pallets up with a forklift before, so we know that they're not light enough to pick up by hand. So does that mean we might have some kind of auto load or something in the next version of the game? Am I crazy? Anyways, I saw somebody posted about that on YouTube, and I was like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to see what you guys think. Maybe we could go back and we could load up the trailer and watch it. They said they wouldn't make a 4X map. Well, did they? They have to. I mean, so they're gonna let a non-Giants map. So let's think through that, Ronnie. I agree with what you're saying, and I believe them that they said that in FS22. But for FS25, the rumor is that they may be allowing, since they're going to be going to the more up-to-date platforms, that they may be allowing, we don't know, but we're hoping that they're going to allow 4X on consoles. Right? Because they're only doing next gen, they're not doing the older consoles. But if you're Giants, and you're going to finally release the floodgates and allow a 4X map on consoles, would you want the first map that goes on consoles that's 4X to be a Giants map or a modded map? Which would you want? I think that they'd want their own map. They wouldn't want the first map to make it to consoles to be... I think they'd want the first map that goes to consoles as 4X to be one of their own maps. I just... Knowing how Giants thinks and how they want to be credited for the cool stuff, I think that's what's going to happen. So let's go buy that truck. All right, so first of all, we're going to buy this one. We're going to buy the long 4x6x4. Make sure it has a towing hitch on the back. We're going to go the biggest engine they have. Oh my gosh, that looks so awesome with floater tires. But I like it with the off-road tires better. Okay. Wheels one. This just changes the wheels. Oh my gosh, so many colors. We're gonna go Ford blue. What do you guys think? Let's go blue. Let's go blue. Let's go blue. New blue and new blue satin. No. We're gonna go black. Bumper color. Black. Grill color. Blue satin. That looks like a pretty pimpin', really awesome truck. Good enough for me. No plate. Okay. And what are chicken lights? Sure. Extra lights. Sure. Logo, hell no. Emblems, no. Front grille. I don't get to customize stuff very often, so I'm gonna have fun with this. What? The grill doesn't change the grill, it just changes the headlights. That's cool. That looks like a pretty awesome truck. Okay, this is AR frame 6x4. So we need to get grain bed big. Winkler grain box. But the question here, I gotta check it. does this block the... Oh, I don't like that idea. I've used this one, but I think it's going to block the hitch. That doesn't take the... How do I extend it? Silage extensions. Okay. Do that. I don't need a lot. Whoa, that's cool. Alright, main color. We're going to do black satin. Design color. Blue satin. Design color. Blue satin. So it's just over 24,000 liters. Hopefully it'll work with the trailers. Let's check it out. I've never used this truck before, and I'm kind of excited to. Ooh, it sounds good. Please say that this bed fits on this thing, because if not, I'm going to be very upset. Come on. To back it into the wall to get it underneath it. Come on, connect. Yes. Connect. And does it block the towing hitch? No, it doesn't. Alright, so since it doesn't block the towing hitch, we're going to get this thing, which holds another 28. Could do this one, I think. Main color. Kind of want to leave these the same, but whoa. Is that a shiny or something? Bright? No. We'll just do that. Rim color, we'll do white because it's New Holland. And we'll do off-road design. No. No. Attachers. Yes. So we want to road train this crap. You do not have enough money. Why didn't you guys tell me? 55 grand for that. Good lord. Alright, well, we'll sell some sugarcane first, and then we'll use that truck. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I missed chat for a second. Yeah. We don't know that. We don't know. So, I'm going to play hopeful. I really, you know... I think if Giants wants to embrace the community, that they're going to have to make a 4X map. Whether they make a 4X map as base game or they make it as a DLC, I think they should be making a 4X map. Otherwise, how are they going to do all the testing that's needed to make sure that consoles can work with a 4X map? If they don't do it themselves, they're not going to be able to test it to the level that it needs to be tested. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to do it through, like, you know... But you know that, like, Alien Gym and stuff like that, they're the first thing they're going to try to do is release a 4X No Man's. Or whoever made Frontier, whatever it's called, the one that just got released recently. Like, that's a 4X. And as long as the conversion process isn't too bad, I can totally see maps like that getting converted and brought over to FS25. Especially if they can get it on consoles. I mean... That's like a win-win-win for any map maker. That's what I think. Welcome in, PCS World. Thanks for being here. And why is this not hitting the trailer? Oh, I think I just wasn't cutting anything. I was too far up in the grass. It's hard to tell where the edge of the field is because I'm on like a hill. Most normal people wouldn't plant sugarcane on a hill like this, but I'm not normal. But yeah, we know it'll work. Ronnie's been testing it for us for a while. It'll work. It's just giants are afraid of it or something. So I didn't actually cut very much on that pass, so I don't know what's going on. We'll see. I mean, I'm only getting like a 3-meter swath on this thing, so it's not really that much. If you know what, Ronnie, if only it was a better map. Like, yeah, you've been testing it for us for a while now, but it wasn't that great of a map. If only it was a better map. You know what I mean? Like, how cool it would have been if, like, the 4X map that, like, they accidentally put on console for a couple hours was, like, Elk Mountain. Like, a really epic, probably one of the best 4X maps there is. Like, how cool would that be? Oh, PCS World, by the way. You have focused on finishing Tier 6? PCS World, so I was watching the replay for Bruce's stream while I was making some dinner. And you said something on in his stream about Satisfactory Plus. And I wanted to confirm with you, because I'm very interested. Did they actually finally get Satisfactory Plus working with 1.0? Because if so, I really want to play it. Because 1.0 is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's great. I'm having fun. But I really want to play Satisfactory Plus. And I think Satisfactory Plus with all the 1.0 stuff, like the combination of those two things together, is just going to be epic. Alright, so we're going to hope that putting the silage bodies on here means that it can still actually load this crop. And it can. So that's good. And so the way the unload works on here, I'll show it in the menu because I don't usually keep the F1 menu open very often, but you just come in here, and these trailers work best if you get really close. So we're going to come a little bit closer. I should have brought the truck closer instead of making the trailer do it. I'm too close. Something's caught. And then I just do pipe. So I select the trailer. And I do pipe out. That's it. Pipe out. It does the lift up thing. Then it does the tilt. It's not super fast, but it's good enough for me. And then it'll dump into whatever trailer you have next to it. And then you hit pipe in. And it folds back down. And you're on your merry way. Cool, right? Yeah, so if you PCS World, so for those who don't understand, so Satisfactory Plus is not Satisfactory. It is Satisfactory. So Satisfactory Plus is basically like, it's kind of like a map in FS, or like a mod pack or a DLC. It's pretty much like a fan-made DLC for Satisfactory. And what it entails is originally it was like 6 different mods that were all made to make the game better. And then those mods all decided to get together and release as a single all-inclusive package that you install as a mod, because Satisfactory does support mods. They just haven't, most mods haven't been updated for 1.0. Like there's even a mod loader and all kind of stuff. But Satisfactory Plus changes the game. And so, like, there's no iron nodes with Satisfactory Plus. Satisfactory Plus introduces, like, new crop types. Not crops, I'm probably talking about. I'm stuck playing Farming Simulator talking about Satisfactory. What am I doing? It introduces new nodes. So instead of iron, it's like steratite or something like that. And it creates a multiple step process for most stuff. So it's not just like raw material directly into ingots and then into items. It's more like raw material into something else, into ingots eventually. Like it's a much more involved process, and there's a bunch of new machines, and then they also that's like the main part of it. And then the other part that Satisfactory Plus also does is, which I think is going to work really good with 1.0, is they have what's it called? Oh, you can hatch. You can breed and grow slugs. So there's like a slug hatchery in Satisfactory Plus that basically allows you to make your own slugs. And there's like 2 or 3 different new slug types that you can get from, like, you know, feeding your slug eggs with certain like special stuff and feeding them certain diets, and you'll get a different type of slug, a different color. So they've added a bunch of new slug types. They added a whole slug hatchery and a whole system for that, and a bunch of buildings and stuff like that. And there's also fix-it farming. And fix-it farming is pretty much farming inside Satisfactory. But you're growing things like apples and potatoes and carrots and onions. But it's very Satisfactory farming. It's farming inside Satisfactory. It's with like production lines and belts and stuff you have to find and stuff you have to get. It's pretty cool. And then it also includes which used to be called Satisfactory Power, right? Okay, Towboat, be safe. Come back soon. We'll miss you. It also includes Satisfactory Power, which includes a bunch of like wind turbines, water turbines, and then like more natural, like you can have steam generators where you're like getting water and you're dumping the water, and like you're putting water into a steam generator, which is powering a turbine, which is powering a steam turbine. All this stuff, all this crazy stuff, right? And then there's solar, and so it adds a bunch of new like power options to the game, which is really good for early game. And there's like 40 or 50 new items that aren't part of the regular game. There's like 200 recipes. It basically takes Satisfactory, which is a very, very complex game to begin with, and makes it like 10 times more complex. And for a new player, that's too much. I totally think that's too much. For a new player, totally. New players would be like, I don't understand what's going on. There's too much going on here. It's yeah. And so this is all what happened. This is all before 1.0. And so if you think about it, if you add all of the summer sloop stuff and the dimensional depot and like all of the SAM and all that extra stuff they added for 1.0, and then you add Satisfactory Plus on top of that, it makes it a whole new game. And I intentionally I'm leaving one of the locations that you can start in that I've never played before. And I'm intentionally not using that location, so that when they release Satisfactory Plus, that I can play in that location and have kind of like a fresh feeling start at least. Eventually, you end up expanding to the whole map, but like, I want to be able to do stuff differently. So yeah, PCS World, they'll have teleporters because 1.0 has teleporters. But it'll be once they get it out. I'm assuming it's just going to be a combination of everything they built for Satisfactory Plus already, merged with everything in 1.0. And then they're probably going to try to come up with some more stuff that kind of links in with all the 1.0 stuff too, just for more fun. But it's done really, really well. Like, the people who did it worked their butts off. They did a good job. So I'm looking forward to that coming out. I may never play Farm Sim again and just play Satisfactory for the rest of my life. And I'll be happy. Yeah, teleporters are part of 1.0. And you can build teleporters, but it's like a end game thing. Teleporters are totally end game. This thing drives pretty well. I'm just like tooling down these like super twisty mountain roads in my F600 or something like that, or 1970s Ford. Which actually, if you think about it, if you look at it, it kind of looks like that Lizard, the new Lizard truck we're going to be getting for FS25, because it's like a cab over design. And that new Lizard truck looks like it has a lot of like options for the body and the bed and stuff. So I'm hoping that, like, you know, it meets expectations. Need more cab over stuff in FS22. Alright, so this is the sugar plantation. And we're going to sell. Right? Shoot. I haven't tried selling with this truck in this location yet. Hold, please. Open, Control N, open cover. Apparently I had to open the cover. Tip side grain door. Tip side back. Seriously? Why does this always happen to me? There's no cover. I can't unload? Come on, I'm totally in the trigger. I can see the trigger. I made the trigger myself. Buy the sugarcane mill. No, I can't. I don't have enough money. Alright, I'm gonna have to take out a loan to get the sugarcane mill. Whoops. I fell off the bench. Alright, well, I guess it's not working as a sell point. Let's just test something. Alright, we're gonna do a cheaper test than buying the sugarcane mill. Let's go here, construction. Production, selling points. We're gonna put a sell everything, a sell anything thing right here. And we're gonna try to sell everything before we spend money buying this sugarcane plant. Because if I can sell the sugarcane, and this will tip to the sugarcane, then I know it's the sell point, or it's the production building and not the trailer. So, yeah. Oh, Ronnie, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping in, and thanks for joining the live stream. I know it's late for you. But thanks for being here, buddy. And thank you for the donation earlier. Greatly appreciate that. I didn't make that turn very well. We could also try to dump this in our own silo. That would also work. I don't know how much sugarcane's selling for, but in this game right now it's winter. It's the middle of winter, so that's usually a good time for selling. Okay, so the sell point is right here. This place is really hard to navigate, so everything looks the same. So if I can sell here, then I know it's just me. It's a trailer. Yeah, so we can buy the production and see if it works, but maybe it's just not set up as a sell point. That's totally possible. Let's check the sell price for sugarcane. Sugarcane. Value March. It's July, so it's coming down. 6 grand, that's not bad for a single trailer load. Alright, well, maybe our first harvest we are just gonna have to sell. And our second harvest, we can actually buy that production facility. So we'll just do that. And then in between then and now, I will test that production facility because I edited it, which means, and I edited it like a year ago before I learned half of what I know now, so. You know, I think it's crazy. I was just thinking about this the other day. Especially with Satisfactory, like, coming new, right? Like, when you play a new game, like, you just, like, for me, the way I like to play new games, I just like to learn everything about the game. Everything. I'm like, watching people's videos, I watch other people play, I learn tips and tricks, I read forums, I read wikis. You know, I learn everything. And just because that's just my personality. I'm just kind of like an information vacuum. I just get all the information. I want all the information. Tell me more, right? That's how I like to play games. And so when I started playing Satisfactory, the same thing, but it was since it was early access, that information changed over time. And so what was like part of the game initially isn't necessarily there anymore, right? Because they've changed a bunch of stuff. A bunch of recipes have changed. A bunch of items are new or different or, you know, not the same as before, right? And so things change over time. And farm sim's like that too, right? Because when I started playing farm sim, like right after farm sim got released, that's when I started playing, right? I haven't been playing as long as a lot of you. I know a lot of you have been playing since like 19 or 15 or 13 or whatever. I don't know. I kind of wish I'd found the game back then because I very much enjoy it. But, and then when I started playing Farm Sim, I didn't know anything at all. And so, just like I do with every other game, I did my best to learn everything there was about the game. And then I quickly learned that there was mods. And then I quickly learned that, hey, modding is easy. You know, the first person to tell me modding was easy, which makes me laugh to this day, was DJ Goham. I remember watching a tutorial by DJ Goham like a couple weeks after I'd been playing, where he did a tutorial on how to make the capacity on a trailer unreal. And like, he was editing XML on his video, and he doesn't really know XML at all, and he doesn't really know code, but he only knows what David told him. And so it's pretty amusing to watch. But DJ Goham was the first person to tell me that, you know, modding was possible and that simple edits could be done, right? You remember that video? Yeah, totally. He's like, all you have to do is update mass equals true. It's the best thing ever, right? Or whatever. I don't even remember. It's been so long. But the funny thing is that I learned that modding was possible from DJ Goham. Which is like... Yeah, I totally watched it a few times too, like when I was learning and trying to figure stuff out. And then I remember watching a few of 82 Studios, David at 82 Studios, a bunch of his early live streams where he was, you know, demoing how to do stuff. Or I think I watched his like here how to modify a John Deere tractor video like 3 or 4 times just to kind of get used to it. But anyways, I just think that's funny that when I, just like with everything else, when I learn everything there is to know, like with Farm Sim, I found a place for myself as part of the community of the game, not just for being part of the community, like with all of you awesome people watching my videos. Why is my game lagging right now? My game is totally lagging. What's going on? But I also found a place like modding and making mods, and you guys have been seeing some of those mods that I've been releasing on Mod Hub lately. And thank you so much for you know, getting those mods and downloading them. The crazy thing to think of is that, you know, I started playing 3 years ago, and I've released like 6 or 7 mods on Mod Hub at this point. There's 2 more on the way that are just in testing right now. But I have almost 700,000 downloads. That's insane. Like, I don't think anything I've ever made in my entire engineering career has ever gotten that many downloads. Or that many people, unique people using it. Right? That, to me, that's just insane. Yeah, something's going on. My game is like not happy right now. I'm just gonna dump right here in the silo because I'm close to enough to it. Anyways, I just found that interesting, and it's just like, you know, nothing important, and I'm not trying to brag, and because many other people have way more than I do, but I've gone from nothing and never having written a single line of code or edited a single line of XML for Farm Sim to 700,000 downloads in the span of a single life cycle of the game. That's kind of cool. That definitely makes me feel special. You know, in a way, just because to me that's a little bit of an achievement, right? I don't know, I was just thinking about it yesterday when I was checking Mod Hub again to see if any of my mods changed status, which they haven't. I was like, wow, I've done a lot. And I've gone from nothing to something, right? And eventually, if Giants ever sends it to me, I'll get an award for it. Because they actually give out awards for certain milestones, and I've only hit one of those milestones. But just the fact that I was able to do that in a single year, it's crazy to me. I only hope FS25 will be better. More milestones, more achievements. Maybe something different, you know? Maybe put out a map or a unique vehicle if I can find one. I think that'd be fun. What's not fun is my frame rate. Why is it if I like hide the vehicle, my frame rate? Is it the trailer? What if I hide the trailer from view? No. It might be the harvester. I don't know. It's kind of crappy FPS, honestly. Oh, you know what it is? It's the animation for the... I think it's the animation for the sugarcane coming out the pipe. Every time that animation's going, my frame rate drops. I think I don't really have any regrets for FS22 at all, other than a couple, in that I've started a bunch of stuff that I've recorded, like video content for this channel. I've started a bunch of stuff that I've never finished. I think that's my only regret, is that I really wish I had time to finish editing and or recording those videos. Right, I'm still in the middle of editing the last like 2-3 episodes of, whoops, the Calmlands challenge. Right, doing some fun stuff on Calmlands, finishing up the 200 horsepower challenge, which I just, you know, I just haven't had time. In all honesty, I've been playing Satisfactory instead of doing that. I also did 2 or 3 challenges that no one knows about, and I recorded them completely. Like I did I did the breakfast challenge, or not the breakfast challenge. I did the off-grid dairy challenge back in the day. I did the bare bones challenge with Rusty, and almost finished I finished the first half of it. I just haven't gone back to finish it the second half. But I have all this video recorded, hundreds of gigabytes of video recorded, but I never went back to edit it, so it's just sitting on a flash drive somewhere. That's my only regret, is that I never had time to finish it. And now with FS25 coming out, you know, people aren't going to want to watch 22 content. They're going to want to watch 25 content. So there'd be a little bit of a... People aren't going to want to watch it if I finally release it. Which is a bummer to me. Because I spent so much time recording it, in all honesty. I wonder if a worker can do this. You guys think a worker can do this? Can I, like, just set a worker off? Is he gonna actually do it? Oh my gosh, a worker is actually harvesting. I wonder if the worker will harvest and I can just drive up beside him and get him to unload. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do with this, like, custom trailer. You know what I mean? Like, will he unload this custom trailer? Will he point his pipe over at me instead? No, he's like, I ain't having that. Let's wait for him to get full, see what happens. You can't back up with that thing. I think this is going to be a case of, can the worker actually do a turn? What is he doing? What is he doing? What are you doing? You're messing up my pretty lines. Do you need some help? No, he's just gonna cut in. He's just gonna leave a whole, like, block missed. I wanna see what happens when he gets full. He unsuccessfully tried to do a full turn. The question is, I wonder if he's actually going to stop when he gets to 100%. I should actually probably be in the cab for that. Because if he tries to destroy stuff instead of stopping, I don't want to lose crop. Because that crop's going to give me money to upgrade. Yeah. He has no idea how to drive forage harvester. I don't think the game knows how to drive a forage harvester. You can't back up like that, dude. You gotta jackknife it. See? See? Show you how you do your job. I still want to see what happens when he gets full. He did get it turned around. I will give him some credit. He did get it eventually turned around the first time. And he started harvesting. Yes, he did. And good job. I don't know if I like my face over there on the side. I'm gonna move it. Put it right here in the middle. Try that. Oh, he stopped. Look at that. Now, is he going to actually empty? He did stop. I didn't get a warning or anything. So if I come up here, is he going to empty into my trailer? No, he's just going to... He's just going to make me drive next to him. That's not really useful. Thank you, though. And now he's doing his... I have no idea how to drive dance. It's okay, I'll just come over here to the silo, dump it myself. Thanks for your effort. Or not effort, I should say. I don't know if I'm too close to the silo. You can actually use this thing as a grain truck trailer too. And I'm pretty sure that the same modder made a much bigger version. Is it here in this mod? Let me look. Attack something or other. Lizard. Yeah, so I think there's actually a bigger one of these that has 3 axles. I didn't get it because kind of a smaller farm here, but there is a bigger version. Okay, so now my truck is in the way, so I can't clean up the mess the other guy made. Tried. He did a whole 2 passes. Mostly unsuccessfully. But, I mean, you know, he is doing something the game isn't designed for. So that's pretty cool. And if I just let him do that part and I go do something else, if I can find my way out of the field. Over here and see how much I need to unload. I'll fill up to be able to take stuff. I'm sad that this belt thing doesn't actually show it moving up the belt and then the belt rotating. I'm sad the modder didn't do that. That would have made it perfect. I thought you were... Dude, I thought you were harvesting. Are you harvesting? By the way, I downloaded a mod. Let's check it out. So, remember we were talking last time that we really wanted to have something like... we needed like a spray gun or something. And this isn't legit because it's much too modern. These ones are close. So this one's pretty cool. This is like a little lift thing with a tub of water up top. And then a sprayer arm inside. This isn't actually a small arm pack. This is actually on another map. This one is pretty good. But there's one other one I wanted to try. I don't know where it is, though. Bucket and sponge? I did get the bucket and sponge by Yos. I could use that, I guess. This one, it's a water tap and portable jet washer. That's what it says. So I'm gonna put it down and see what it does. Oh, that tree's super in the way. Put it right here. It's really little. All right, and I come here. Well, where's the jet washer? I want a portable jet washer. I don't want free water. I want a spray gun. Do I have to buy something else? Is it... Does anyone know? Sounds like PCS World knows. Do you know? This. Portable jet wash. Okay. Purchase for 75 bucks. Okay. Oh, is this one of those things that just like shows up here? So that's just for water. This is the other half of it. I'm just going to pretend that it's connected. And then use this to clean my vehicles. Yeah, I have one of these on my Middleburg series. I really need it for this tractor, which is like super dirty. You can't even see it anymore. And I downloaded another TW35. I'm probably going to swap it out. Because that one is weird. Kind of janky. And they didn't do a very good job on the engine. So I found another one that works a little bit better. Oh, I just ruined my fertilizer. Just kidding. The guy's still turning around. He turned around the other end, though. So he's doing pretty good. The in your hand is pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, I think Giants needs to work on their how their system handles rear axle vehicles. It just doesn't work that great. I don't know if we're gonna have to do a lot of trucking back and forth. I don't necessarily want to do all of that with you guys. But it looks like he's actually almost able to finish off a whole row on his own. So I might have enough time to drive to the store and like sell something. This thing seems so arbitrarily speed limited. Like the engine's barely moving at all. Yet it says it's going... It says it's like maxed out. But it's totally not. We'll get the worker all set up for another pass, and then we'll go to the store, drop off another load, or go to the sell point, the sell anything sell point, and drop off another load. And I also have a load of rocks in the other trailer from clearing that field, getting it ready for planting. let's do that. Let's let the worker try to do something. Go ahead, worker. Good job. Do your job. Let's go drive to the store and sell another load of this. Actually, I could look at our productions. How much? We've got a lot of wood to sell. We could sell it and make $175,000. What do we have for? Why don't we have any silage? Don't we have silage? Materials missing. Oh, we left our silage on selling. And so we made a lot of silage, but we sold it all. So we don't actually have any extra. So you know what? Actually, what time is it? Let's do that. Let's go here. Let's set this to selling. Let's speed up the time. And by the time we get to the store, by the time we get to the sugarcane factory, we should have sold all our wood. And we should have enough money to buy the production facility. It's a good use of our money. I mean, I wasn't going to use that wood for anything else. We're just going to direct sell it. And I think I have the mod that raises the direct sell prices, so it won't be too bad. Obviously, we could sell it for more by using my sell point, but... Oops. That was a light pole. I just totally crashed into. I don't have my crash counter thing anymore. The thing that makes noises. I don't think. Oh, look, it still works. When I first started playing, I had a crash counter. And I used to use it on all my streams. Most people here have probably never seen it. Totally had a crash counter. For the longest time. Back when crash counters were cool. But they're not cool anymore, so. Alright, so we're gonna have to own this place. Hopefully all it needs is owning it to be able to use it and dump our sugarcane. But I have a feeling that the trigger's busted, so we might have to wait until next time to get that working, because I'll have to test it off stream and fix it. But we'll at least buy it in 2 minutes when it ticks over to 10 a.m. So you remind me to turn the speed down, the time down, before I forget. Always forget. 10 a.m. $135,000. Almost exactly what we need to buy it. See, I still can't tip. How much was this thing? Was it actually $130,000? It was actually $130,000. Look at that. We have 135, and now we own it. Yay! And so this production facility makes one thing: cane sugar from sugarcane. Makes it pretty fast, and doesn't work. Yeah, trigger doesn't work. Trigger's totally busted. Josh, you need to fix the trigger so that you can use it on your live stream. Okay, Josh, thanks. I'll do that next time. Did I sell all the wood? I don't know if I sold all of it. Yeah, I sold all of it. Sold all the wood. Great demand at Vinny Grains. I don't even know what that is. Worker's probably stuck because he hasn't done any work. No, he's full. At least he stopped when he was full. That's important. Alright, well, we'll just let the worker do this. We'll help the worker unload when he needs to unload. And since we just spent all of our money, we can't buy the piece of property I want to buy. Look at that. Look what's... Oh, shoot. Turn those down. Turn the time down, Josh. Whew. The bushes were dancing. And for some reason my system is like running horribly right now, so... You know what it probably is? I didn't actually restart before streaming. So that was my fault. Alright, we'll get the workers started off again, and then maybe we can go mow. We have 2 fields to mow. Let's go do that. This thing is actually really good with the mower. So I'm going to use this one with the mower. We should clean off our mower and probably repair it at least. Yeah, we should repair it. I'm not going to repaint it though. No, it's pretty good. Let's clean it off. Let's get the hose out. Oh, cool, we got the hose out. Got clean pretty quick. Alright, so the plan for next time is probably harvesting sorghum, but this field right here, this one up the top of the hill, now that we own the sugarcane factory and we can actually process our sugarcane, once we can actually get the sugarcane into the field, we're going to have to clear that tree that's just sitting in the middle of the field lying down. I don't know how that got there. I really have no idea. And then we're going to have to buy that piece of property. That piece of property right there. And then we're going to have to mow it. And then we're going to plant some coffee. The coffee is really... I'm kind of excited about the coffee. And then we'll plant some coffee. And we have a coffee harvesting thing, which is totally... We're going to hire some people, sort of, to harvest our coffee for us. But we're going to do it legit. We're going to actually harvest the coffee 80s style, maybe more like 70s style. You'll see what I mean. And we're going to actually harvest the coffee for real. I did test the coffee. It does work. I lowered the price on the coffee vines just because I think those prices are more like 2020 prices, and we're talking in the 1980s, so coffee vines wouldn't have been that expensive in the 1980s. So that's my reason, and I'm sticking to it. I cut the price in half. So they're a little bit cheaper to place, so we can actually place more of them, which should be fun. you remember we've only got like 5-6 weeks left before Farm Sim 25 comes out, and so we only have like 5-6 weeks left till Farm Sim 25 comes out. So that means really only 5-6 more episodes of this. And then we'll have to decide what to do, whether we keep going on here, whether I kind of go from a live stream into like a series, or once Farm Sim 25 comes out, like I'm definitely going to be playing the Japan map, 100%, no questions asked. Japan map all the way. But you guys want to see that on a live stream? You guys want to see me point out all of Giant's bugs live on stream with the Japan map? Because that's what I do. But we'll do that once it's released. And that's, of course, in November. It's right now, what, October 1st? It's October 1st today, right? Say the 1st? Yeah, say the 1st. So we got 6 weeks left. So 6 episodes from now, we'll be in Farm Sim 25. I should probably buy the game, huh? I haven't even bothered to buy it yet. I wonder if I'll get my award from Giants for Farm Sim 22 before Farm Sim 25 comes out. Probably not. I saw that Black Sheep Modding got a carbon fiber award, which I didn't even know was a thing. Something about like exemplary something something something. Which I think is cool. You know, if you're a whole modding community, modding group, you can put out a lot of stuff. I'm not. I'm just one person. But congrats to Black Sheep for getting that award. It's pretty cool. Look over our shoulder, see if the harvester is stopped. Yeah, he's stopped. Gonna have to go rescue him again. Yeah, my frame rate is killing me right now. It's crap. Let's pause right here. Let's head over to this guy, who is paused because he's full. I don't know if this is a good yield or not, but this is a really big sugarcane field, and we're finishing it off. I'm guessing about 200,000 liters of sugarcane. But we'll see once we get to the end. Sorry, my eye hurts. Hold on. Give me a second. Houston, we have a problem. I think our Pioneer silo is full. Which means I can't really finish harvesting the sugarcane field. Because the Pioneer silo only holds like 150k, I think. So we can't really finish our sugarcane harvest until we fix that. So I'm just going to park this guy here. Go back to mowing. I should turn that off. I left the shop vehicle on. My goal is actually to own this entire field, this big, huge, entire meadow, and then I don't know what I want to do with it. I kind of just want to leave it as grass because it looks so awesome as grass. Like I don't want to do any more crops, so I think I might just leave it as grass and eventually use it as leave it as grass and have fun mowing it. Still trying to like balance out like just having fun playing this series, and I don't want to do the same thing over and over. So but I think the coffee is going to be a welcome change. And the other problem is this is like the biggest mower I can get in an 80s style. Like there isn't a bigger mower. Like there's nothing else that's big enough, because like butterfly mowers and stuff like that weren't really out in the 80s. I did a bunch of research on it and they just didn't really have them. Maybe like sickle bar mowers, the butterfly sickle bar mowers, but none of my equipment has front 3-point, and even then those are only 7 and these are 6.7, so it's not really much more than what we have. So I don't know, we'll see what we can do. If we do any other crop fields, it's going to be over to the east as we expand our ownership of this land. Definite note to self, always restart before stream. This frame rate's killing me. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a 10 to 15 frame rate. Yeah, it's like 15 FPS. I should be getting 60. Pretty solid 15 FPS, but I usually get, I think, 30 or more. I don't know. I need to replace this machine. Get something better. Look, my head is on the mower. I've noticed that a bunch of people, actually a bunch of other streamers, have been using a mod that I can't seem to find. I haven't really looked for it, to be fair. But a mod that changes the UI to be the new color green. And I'm like, why? Why would you bother doing that? Like, just wait for the new game to come out. Like, why change FS22 to look like FS25? Like, what's the point? Right? It's not the new game. So why would you just change the font color to be green to, like, pretend that you have the new game? I don't get it. Some people, yeah. That one I don't understand. Is anybody still here? You guys are pretty quiet tonight. And then hopefully, if everything goes well, Satisfactory Friday this week also. Just like usual. And I think we'll be doing, if we can, if I can get it set up in time, probably going to be doing turbo fuel. Which sounds freaking amazing. I've never done turbo fuel before, and I found a good location on the map to do turbo fuel. I know everyone really likes turbo fuel, but I've never done it. So I figure, why not? I'll try it. And I have enough power for my factory right now, but there's a bunch of more stuff that I want to build, and need more power. Because once we unlock phase 5, I think we're still working on phase 4, then we have to unlock phase 5. And then as soon as you start adding in the particle accelerator into the mix, your power goes crazy. And so we're going to have much better power in mind and available to handle the power load of the particle accelerator and all of the new quantum stuff. So it says factory, we're going to need more power. We should also on here look into buying the BGA. Make way more money without bringing our silage to the BGA than we could selling it. Is it where the geothermals come in? I actually so I did unlock the geothermals PCS, and I don't know if I showed it in my last stream. I think I did, but I think I have 4 or 5 of the geothermals now, all plugged. I have the geothermals with their geothermal generators in, which is pretty useful. It's a little bit of free power. They're meant to handle the power fluctuation? Interesting. Do the geothermals somehow synchronize with the power fluctuation of the particle accelerator? I would be interested if that happens. Oh, and the other thing I have to also do is build a battery bank. I don't have batteries at all. So I need to build a battery bank. Yeah, and like it's actually really nice because everything I balance all of my stuff pretty well, and so everything is like right now my power graph, like the available power is like this. It's like a really gently floating curve. Um, I think I have like an extra 2,000 megawatts right now that I'm not using. I figured out a cool couple blueprints for power stuff. I'm pretty proud of. I keep forgetting this mower is actually smaller than it says that it is. It measures out at 6.7, but it's really not 6.7. It's like 6.2. Yeah. Especially with the summer sloops, right? Like I'm putting summer sloops into manufacturers now, and it takes a manufacturer from taking like, 50 megawatts to like 400 megawatts or something crazy. It's insane how much extra power the summer sloop stuff means that it takes. But 100% worth it. Because for slow stuff like modular engines or any of the space elevator parts, they're just really slow to produce. To be able to summer sloop those and to be able to make twice as much, super useful. I know I'm supposed to bring this mower to the side, but it's just easier to keep it straight. I don't really care about compaction or anything like that. That's not my way of playing. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but too bad. No soup for you. The one thing that still bothers me is I saw Rusty was playing some dirt racing game, like a dirt track racing, and like, how come all the racing games and like Forza and all that kind of stuff, they can get Ford? Why isn't Ford in Farm Sim? Still to this day, it's not. Why? Those other games can have it. Why can't we? You know? It is what it is. Oh, audio problems. Yeah, they just want to pay for the names. Or rather, in all honesty, I mean, they're a German company, and there's plenty of other names that in Germany that they'd rather pay for, probably. German car brands and not U.S. car brands. They don't really have a foothold in the U.S. brands. So why would they bother, right? They don't have any reason to. I mean, we all like to complain and, you know, oh, it sucks, and oh, we want the, you know, Chevy and Ford and roar, big, fast, loud trucks and cars. But in all honesty, you have to remember that it's a very U.S. centric way of thinking, and Giants is not a U.S. company. If they were, maybe they would. You know, I'm sure that that's dirt track racing game that Rusty's playing is a U.S. company. Why does it look like the tires are moving backwards? You guys see that? Is that the same on the video? It totally looks like the tires are moving backwards because of my frame rate right now. 12 FPS. It's making the tires look like they're moving backwards. That looks really funny. Like the rims are moving forward, but the tires are moving backwards. You gotta swing really wide if you want to not miss anything. They did a pretty good job with the wheels in this thing. I did. I had to fix them. I had to replace the wheels that were on there with real wheels. All right, so I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna finish up the mowing and the sugarcane. Sugarcane's going to regrow, as sugarcane does. I did confirm that it does regrow. Some maps don't actually have it regrow, but I made it sure that this one does. So we will get a sugarcane regrowth. And then next time, we'll either be harvesting sorghum or potentially working on our coffee field. We'll see what happens after I start delivering the sugarcane to the sugar plantation and making some cane sugar. We'll get to show you guys that new product, which I made because I wanted it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and finish mowing this, mow the other field, pick up all the grass, probably fertilize. Do I have to fertilize? I think I do. I need to fertilize half this field. And this is growing. Good. And this is growing already. And it needs lime. And fertilization. So. Booyah. Lots of stuff to do. Lots of little cleanups to do. But you guys don't need to see that. Next time we'll get on to the next day, and I'll finish this work up off stream. I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Thanks for coming in and enjoying this little live stream. I know the farm sim stuff has not been super gung-ho lately just because of, you know, FS22 and lack of new stuff. I feel like a lot of people are playing other games now. Like myself. But keep an eye out for Mod Hub, by the way. I've got 2 mods for all platforms pending release. I think it's pending release. I haven't heard anything. I haven't checked, actually. We can check, actually, if you want to check with me. FS22. Ooh, BioBaler Pros in console testing. Ooh, console testing. That's a good news. Super good news. Which means it could be out tomorrow, could be out later this week. We'll see. So, that's actually really great news. Keep an eye out. BioBaler Pro and VPW, Variable Pickup Width. Both should be hitting all platforms. I'm hoping this week. Gosh, I'm really hoping this week. Which will only give it like 6 weeks on ModHub before FS25, but you know, I'm just going to resubmit it for FS25 anyways, so hopefully it'll be out right away when FS25 gets out, because I think you're all going to love it. Bruce loves it. Everyone who's played with it loves it. I've shown it off in many of my streams where you can actually adjust the pickup width live while you're playing the game. And then also giving the BioBaler the ability to harvest much bigger bales for poplar, number one. And number two, our should be harvest cotton with a trailed implement, which is not possible anywhere else in the game. It'll be the first time anyone has been able to bale cotton with a baler. Because all the other stuff is self-propelled. This is a trailed baler. And I'm really hoping they let it pass without trying to fight me on something stupid again. But keep your eye out for ModHub. Hoping this week, crossing my fingers. If they didn't find anything in console testing, and that it gets out. So everyone, cross your fingers for me. If you see it on ModHub, download it right away. Rate your mods 5 stars. Give me some love. And because I put a lot of time and effort into making that 100% cross-platform for all of you console players. So keep your eye out this week for that mod. I really hope it's going to make it. And that'll be my last mod. Those will be my last 2 mods for FS22. I'm not planning on submitting anything else. Anything that I submit from now on, I'm literally going to have, I'm hoping, like 10 mods. Basically everything I've made for FS22 is all also going to be submitted for FS25. I'm going to rename them to just FS25 mod name and update whatever they need me to update and submit them within the first couple weeks of FS25 as soon as they allow ModHub submissions, and get that stuff into the queue right away. Because I don't think any of the stuff that I've added or the strip mods that I have, I think it'll all still work in FS25, based on what I know about the changes to the scripting language in the engine, and that'll be super fun. I actually will be able to also release my customization to the paper mill as an official mod. So I'm hoping to actually get that on ModHub, because now that it's not a DLC, we don't require the DLC. And so my sawmill mod will actually hopefully include the stuff from Platinum DLC also. So the one that Bruce has been playing with, we'll release that for FS25 also. So get lots of cool stuff, lots of fun things happening, and that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to finish mowing this field, and I'm going to catch all of you next time. And Rambo, I see you coming in. Thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for joining in. And until next time, I'll catch you all later. If you are interested at all in Satisfactory, I'll be doing Satisfactory Friday morning, just like usual. Catch everyone later. Have a good one. Bye. Oh wait, my outro button doesn't work. I have to press it manually.